Welcome to episode 5 of Can We Talk for a Minute? Um, I'm Felipe Morris. I'm here with my partner Richard and Corey. We have a very good topic today. It's kind of a carryover from our last topic about why do men cheat? And we're going to get into loyalty and how some people are just loyal to the idea of cheating or not cheating, but not loyal to the actual person. So once cheating occurs, loyalty goes out the window, when loyalty is technically supposed to be something that's unwavering. So we're going to get into that. But first, we want to touch on a current topic that's hot in the media right now, with T.I. and Tiny being under fire with allegations of sexual assault, sexual abuse, sexual misconduct. One of the questions I want to ask you guys, because we've come to the point now where we can't do things today like we did in the past. So, for example, Rich, if you're if you meet a woman, let's say you meet a woman online, and she said, "Let's meet up at the bar," right? You meet her at the bar. Now, the gentlemanly thing to do would be to what? Buy her a drink, right? Or buy her drinks. Now, if that woman later on that evening decides that she wants to go home with you. Now, I'll say from my perspective, in the past, that was like, that was the thing to do. You take her home with you and, y'all do the adult thing. Y'all had a good time. And then you kind of see where things go from there. But today, you can't do that. Because technically, you got her drunk to sex her. So what I'm asking you, Rich, is would you meet up with a woman that you don't know or you're just meeting, have drinks? What would you do after that date if she wants to go home with you?
Well, shit, like we talked about, like it's a little bit different, being me sitting here, at the kitchen table, regular evening, of sound and sober mind compared to, once you out, adrenaline's pumping, you've been drinking, she's been drinking, whatever else, maybe smoking. Like, so, my decision right now, I'd be like, nah, you probably want to fall back on that. And I'll say that, like, because that's just not my style. Really fuck with somebody I don't really know. But, it's kind of hard to say in that moment, man, because I couldn't pass a judgment on anybody who meets a woman, she's nice, y'all getting along and shit, and conversation's good, y'all vibing, y'all drinking, y'all having good food and everything. If y'all feel like at that point, at 2:00 in the morning, y'all feel like y'all at that point, I can't really follow somebody, but it's I'll say if you really feel good and y'all in that situation, it's hard to say no, but it's probably the right thing to do, especially the first time you're with her. Because that just opens up a whole Pandora's box full of, possibilities. Like, one, because you don't really know the woman. It could be her. She could be about some bullshit all the time and really own that shit to where she really just wants to, blackmail you, or just ruin your reputation just on, that may be her stilo. But you don't really know her that well. So you can't really, roll with it like that. But, like shit, anybody else would say, shit, first time, y'all feeling good and everything's cool, shit, why not? But, if your better judgment probably should be to say no, just knowing how the climate is right now.
How about you, Corey?
We not going. So if I was to meet up with a woman, you said I met her at the bar, right? It's not the chick that I know. It's just a new chick. I just happened to bump into something.
Well, say y'all had some prior communication, and then she say, Friday, let's meet up at the bar, have a few drinks.
I meet up with the bar with her, but so let's say we having drinks, and after we have drinks, she's feeling good, I'm feeling good. Do we end the night right there, or do I keep going with the night?
Or if she wants to go home with you.
See, that's a tough situation because it's like,
or to a hotel. It ain't got to be to your house. To a hotel.
It's still it's it's not really going off for that night. It's going to really be going off the rapport we had before that night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we've been, we had good conversation prior to that. We seem like we clicking, some of the same interests, things of that nature. And then when you meet up with her and y'all getting to feeling each other, things of that nature, there's no telling what can happen. I can't, like Rich said, me sitting here sober on a Tuesday night, I can say, hell no, I ain't doing that. But on a Friday night, loaded, I can't give you a definite answer on that.
For me, this is hypothetical because I'm married, but
yeah, all this is hypothetical. First of all this is hypothetical. It's all hypothetical.
For me, I've seen enough on social media. One of the things that I see today is people accusing, or I'll just say I won't say women, I'll say the general public accusing a man of some sort of sexual misconduct. And I'm not referencing this to anything in the media. I'm just saying this is something that I've seen via social media, where it goes to social media, not to the authorities, right? So someone will be saying that someone's a pedophile or someone's a rapist or someone did something to them during a date, etc. But they're not saying they went to the authorities. They're saying they went to social media. I'm saying they go to social media with it. Like this person isn't arrested. You haven't filed any charges against this person, but you have 1,000 comment posts going dragging this person. So me having seen enough of that, I wouldn't entertain it at all. As a matter of fact, I'm to the point now where if I was dating, a woman would have to literally almost, we would have to have so much documentation that led up to us having sex. You feel me? You gotta
convince me. Now you get the 90-day rule. If you was back single, you had a 90-day rule going on, huh?
Man, I'm saying even if it's that night, you got to kind of really, we got to have like my homeboy witness us leaving together and you saying you want to go, your home girl. I need some witnesses. You feel me? Yeah. And even that don't protect you, but I do need something, in concrete before I make, a choice like that. Another thing is when we say that someone got someone drunk or someone drugged someone, that's even a tough situation to be in because, none of us smoke marijuana, but just say hypothetically speaking, a woman gets in your car and she says, let's even just say hypothetically speaking, you do drugs. Let's say the woman get in your car and she want to smoke some weed and maybe pop some Percocets, right? And you into that. So, party out, kicking it just like two people would drink at the bar, y'all smoke a little weed, pop some Percocets. Even though y'all chose to do that together, if it comes down to sex, you drugged her. You follow me? Even though two consenting adults chose to do drugs at the same time, but if it comes down to sex, you drugged her. Now, I don't know why it's that way. I don't know why y'all is not looked at as y'all drugged one another. And, you were just as incapacitated as she was. But, from what I've seen, it just comes down to if the man was the one who smoked the joint or popped the perks with the woman, he drugged her. So that's another thing that as men, it's almost like we're to the point where you can't have drinks with a woman. Like in a first date scenario. You can have drinks with your woman if, once you're in a relationship, but having drinks with a woman, smoking a joint with a woman, definitely doing any form of drug with a woman nowadays it's just something you can't do. Even though I've never done drugs, but plenty of times I've had women, women that I met, first date situations ask me for drugs. You ain't got no weed. You ain't got no perks. You ain't got, you ain't got no ecstasy, no Molly. I'm trying to turn up. Now, since I don't do drugs, I've never put myself in that position where I'm gonna go get drugs for a woman. But I mean, I know people who've been in that situation, and more than likely they did, get some drugs or do some drugs with the woman. But we're just in a totally different climate right now. You can't do that stuff. So I mean, and again, do you think that? How do you think should a man not even smoke a joint with a woman, even though marijuana is technically legal now? Should a man not smoke a joint with a woman?
I think a lot of that has, like I said, it's still according to the type of report y'all had prior to that. Because you could have been talking to her for a month and this is your first time hooking up with her. You're talking to her for 2 months. Or you could have been talking to her for one day and then you hook up with her. Me per se, I'm a little bit more cautious when I'm, who I meet and how I carry myself and how I be around them. So it's not a sprint for me. It's not like I got to hurry up and do this and get out of, I can take my time. So, and I think I will want to try to, I guess what I'm doing, I'm probably not necessarily taking my time. I'm probably looking for red flags. And if I see a red flag that's going to insinuate something like that, we're not even going to get to the first date. But I mean, but if you do get to the first date, I don't know, man. I never been in that situation where allegations could have been put on me like that. So I mean, sitting here talking about it is making me second think a lot of things.
Exactly.
A lot of things I probably just never thought of initially. But could I see like you going on a date with the wrong person and one thing lead to another and next some type of allegation could get put on you? Yeah, I could see that happening.
Go ahead.
I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just the part of being, having to navigate out.
Yeah,
navigate right now.
But then it comes down to this though, right? So let's just say someone runs to social media saying that you've done something to them. Now, personally, they haven't gone to the police about this, so you're not charged criminally. But this person is dragging your business, just dragging your livelihood on social media saying that you've done something to them, something sexual to them. How do you deal with that? Like, do you, engage them on social media?
Well, with the catch is being a man, you can't really, you can't fight it. Because if you say, well, nah, we did do this, we did have sex, you through.
And if I come to your defense,
it's like it's one of the things you just got to sit there and eat it as a man.
And if I come to your defense, then I'm supporting rape culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm rapey myself. I'm rapey, and I support rape culture. I support women being harmed. So I can't even say, damn, she was damn near trying to pull bruh penis out as they was walking out the bar. I can't say that. I can't come to your defense.
even if you go back just that's years ago, even back in the day, even with the Tupac thing, even with all the stuff that they said happened prior to that, none of that mattered to what happened in that room.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of them things where you just got to be cautious and look for red flags with the people that you meet. Because because theoretically it can happen to anybody. Nobody's immune from it. And
No man's immune from it.
Yeah, I guess because you don't really. It happens, but you don't really hear, too often a man putting allegations on a woman, taking advantage of them.
Because guess what? They gonna feel like, hold on, I have to pause real quick.
Yeah, but it's you just gonna keep going?
I was seeing if you could pause it for real.
Let's see. Oh yeah, let's pause.
Where you going, Rich?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so as men, if you try to run the social media basically saying, I remember guys saying, they got drunk with a woman and she stole money out of their pocket. And, a guy tried to put the woman on blast about that. And people were like, oh, that's what you get. You was slipping, and you were sucker for trying to put the woman on blast about it. So I can only imagine what they would be saying if you, you were, just trying to air a woman out about something sexual. You guys, as men, we always get hit with the what type of man. What type of man is online complaining about a woman? You know what I'm saying? So, and again, one of the things I'm starting to notice is a lot of times I see people accused of something criminal, but the person who's making the accusations haven't even filed criminal charges. They're just busy attacking a person via social media, And I'm to the point now where it's like, for someone to get me behind what they talking about, show me that you filed criminal charges. Let me know that you're serious, and it's bigger than just burning a person down. But all of this transitions over into the topic, which is loyalty. Because when you're dealing with someone who's loyal to you, or loyalty in any facet, like when you look at the old spy movies, James Bond movies and stuff like that, most of the time the spies know that if the mission goes wrong, you have to take the blame for that. The country's never to blame. And, your love and your patriotism for the country, your loyalty to the country, you have to burn when it goes wrong. You just go down with the ship. Can never point the finger back at the country. So when you take those type of oaths, those type of oaths are to the death, But I think nowadays we deal with so many people with wavering loyalty. Loyalty isn't something that can waver, And I've always known to stay away from any woman who claims to be loyal as a characteristic. Like, I'm a loyal person. For you to be loyal to anything, you have to first take an oath to it. And you're not going to take an oath to anything that you don't have a rapport with. You go through something, with anything, you go through it and then you kind of like, I believe in this thing so much that I'll give this thing my unwavering, undying loyalty. I'm willing to burn with this ship. You can't say that from the outside looking in. I'm a loyal person. How? You feel me? And then, like, as we've all seen, the second that the relationship starts to go sour, you're dealing with exposing and people telling people personal business and, just trying to burn a person down. So can if you do that in the end, how could you ever say that you was loyal? Do you think that that's possible? Corey, Rich?
Well, being loyal, my thing is when people say that they loyal, is it just for a phase? I mean, if you're gonna be loyal, you gotta be loyal from the beginning to the end. And being loyal, it's easy to be loyal during the good times, but then you get the bad times, and or loyal is as they say, it's a strong support, it's a constant support. It's a undeniable love, like it's always there through the good and the bad.
Mm-hmm.
So even when the man mess up, you still there. Even when a situation, goes bad, you still there. But my question is, people say that they loyal, because I've been doing this for, I don't know, I've been with this person for 5 years and I've been loyal. But right now it ain't working, this and that. And I want to leave and I want to do this and do that. I see somebody else is catching my eye. So now that they thinking about doing something else, you was just loyal to a point. Cause now you doing something that's not under the definition of loyalty. So can you just be loyal for a point and then be disloyal, but then you still under the definition you're a loyal person? Does
I think
loyalty doesn't have a cap?
I think in that situation, you can end the situation and still maintain your loyalty. For example, like, the woman been with you for 5 years and then y'all both kind of, or she concludes that it's not working and she decides that she's going to walk away. As long as she is respectful in her exit and doesn't try to drag you through the mud, she doesn't target your friends when she wants to move on. She doesn't target your family members or, people who are against you when she decides to move on. She can still maintain her loyalty because she hasn't done anything wrong to you. The relationship just didn't work.
So what is disloyalty then?
Disloyalty would be you and a woman are together. Y'all relationship starts to get rocky or it starts to go sour, and she sees me out at the bar and throws herself at me. She owe you more loyalty than that to try to sleep with your homeboy.
I don't know if that's under the category of loyalty. That's like the category of some bullshit.
But I think that's the biggest thing. I think right now that's the biggest thing where people use loyalty as a synonym for fidelity. And I don't think that's it. Like, because the first thing a woman's gonna say is like she's loyal, very loyal to her man. Or if the man fucks around on her, he was disloyal. It's two different things. As
Exactly.
Loyalty and fidelity is two different things. Like it's not one and the same. Because like shit, loyalty is just like your allegiance or something, like you said in the beginning. Like you join the army, or you become a spy, or you run for political office, or you enter into a marriage, or you take a position in a company. You start a company with your friend or a partner or whoever. Your loyalty, your allegiance is to that one thing and being successful. No matter what bumps you go across, like I said, life isn't just like some straight line path anyway. So you won't have your ups and downs, bumps and bruises, fall off the path and get back on. Like loyalty is getting back on path and making it to your goal. Like because I've heard this shit before. You know what I'm saying? I've heard, used as, he's loyal to me because he didn't fuck no other bitches, or he didn't fuck with no other women, or, he wasn't out here entertaining these hoes and those shit. That's not loyalty. That's just, him holding a standard of a relationship with you.
Yeah,
like,
he just simply didn't cheat.
Yeah, cheating is not loyalty. That's not, what I'm saying? That's just like that's just a standard practice in a relationship. What I'm saying? Like, loyalty is you, like you said, you have like something you pledge to, or you become a member of, and you working constantly for that shit to make its final goal. Disloyalty is you get mad because, what I'm saying, he did something with another woman, and you get mad and you end it. And you stop on your transition to your goal. That's disloyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, I can see like what you were saying, like, if you was like, you met her, you were up, hit a rough patch, things fall out for you, and then she's out here like, trying to leave you and go in a different direction just because you're at a down point in your life. Now, even her being in another man's face or being in your man's face, like Corey said, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But it really goes beyond that. It goes like, is she supporting you? Is she helping you? Is the other way around? Yeah, he might have, did some shit, but is he still there for you? Is he paying that mortgage?
Right.
Is he paying rent? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I just think it gets misused. Like, because I think it's like, they get the snappy words now. Loyal, disloyal. One that's really funny, I get here thrown around a lot. Narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the new catchy word is, they just try to. They gonna use that shit until the motherfucking synonyms fall out of it.
Since you said that, we gonna talk about narcissism too. We gonna talk about
man.
That.
Yeah.
But
hold on. Okay, so loyalty and cheating is not the same thing.
not at all.
Nah. I mean, like I said, cheating is his own bad thing. Disloyalty is when, you fucking with this girl and she done told, her janky ass cousin where you live so he come rob you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some disloyal shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
It's just two different things. Like,
so her messing around on you, that's not being disloyal.
That's cheating.
Her stealing money out of your account.
Okay.
Yeah, her stealing money out of your account. Him getting with the girl, like the girl's enemy who they ain't never liked and plotting on her. You know what I'm saying? Or him going and it's some deep shit. Like, this loyal is where you really just taking your goal and killing it and killing the partnership or whatever it is you're aligned with. That's just it. It just
where
the same
you two
word.
could never be friends at all afterwards. Like, because you could break up with someone and still be friends. A relationship could dissolve and y'all could still be friends. Your father and mother can still be cordial even though they're not together anymore. You know what I'm saying? But it's a whole different thing when it's someone's become disloyal. Because then it's like, I don't fuck with that person, period. I don't want them around me. I can't have them around me. Don't bring them around me, period.
So are we saying, but are some people saying if they loyal and they're not even loyal, they just faithful?
Motherfuckers don't even know what
faithful.
That's it.
That's it. They faithful. And that's what I was saying. Like when a woman is saying, or is trying to convince a man, or she's saying she's loyal as if it's a characteristic. Like, I'm a loyal person. What she's really saying is, I don't cheat.
Yeah.
In my previous relationships, no matter what went on, I didn't cheat. That's just how you was raised. That's a principle. That's just a principle you choose to live by. Like, you don't cheat. That does not make you a loyal person. What makes you loyal is when you get mad and you still don't steal from a person. Or you still don't run to social media trying to burn that person down.
Exactly.
All of that is disloyal because I let you in my space. I trusted you enough to know certain things about me. And now we hit a rocky patch. And the first thing you do is run to the social world and try to blast me for the very things that I allowed you to know about me in private.
Okay, so if it's a man, he messed with a chick, him and the chick get a rocky point, and he try to holler at her sister.
That's disloyal.
That's disloyal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But we just said if a woman, you and a woman come into a rocky point, and she try to holler at your homeboy, that's just some bullshit. They don't got nothing to do with loyalty.
No. So maybe we said it wrong. So here's the thing. When someone is looking to hurt you, they become disloyal, right? So when their sole purpose is, I'm going to, try to sleep with his business partner, then go lay up with your business partner and tell your business partner all of your ideas and stuff that you said outside of, you and his dealings. That's disloyal. Targeting someone like, revenge. Like once you get to seeking revenge, because like I said, when we dealing with these spy movies and the government tell the spy that they can no longer support the mission, the spy doesn't turn and take the country to war because of that. The spy just fades to black. Got to go off grid at that point. But the spy don't go, get a nuclear weapon and bomb the country.
Exactly.
You just got to slide out. So once you drift over into the revenge aspect, you're disloyal. Because now you want to hurt this person who have let you close to them at some point.
Okay, well, then with y'all saying that, then isn't there a lot of people that's loyal then?
You got to look into their own situation and what they're dealing with.
Yeah, you got to know
if they're loyal or not. But loyalty ain't no hard thing. Like loyalty, like people say that shit. For one, they got the word confused. Because it's harder to be, absolutely faithful and and avoid infidelity in a relationship. I can say for a man, than it is to be loyal. Because all you doing when you loyal, you're just picking your goal and your path and sticking to it. And not like to actually be disloyal, it actually takes some shit that you have to do. Go back to the spy situation. Motherfucker signed up, went through all his training, took his oath, took his allegiance, went through everything he had to, got over to whatever country, wherever he's at, he's on his shit. He's been trained to do it. He's already picked his path in life. For him to be disloyal, he'd have to stop what he's doing and go find some other bullshit to get into to actually try to turn on his country. It ain't that fucking hard to be loyal. You just pick what you want to do. You stick with the shit. Now that shit about, where they got it confused with cheating, you depend on what woman you ask, cheating can range from, liking a post all the way up to, leaving your wife. You feel me? So like, in that situation, there are some instances where it ranges from infidelity or tit-tat shit all the way up to disloyalty, where you steal all the money out of her account, go live with your young mistress. You know what I'm saying? That's where you kind of, it ranges at that point, like loyalty and
because that person gave you access to that account. So for you to drain that account, that's being disloyal.
Yeah.
So stealing,
it's a whole different range.
Hold on. So stealing is disloyalty.
Yeah.
If you steal it from your partner, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But cheating is not disloyalty.
But because listen, we already discussed cheating and we said that a person can cheat as a mistake, right? You can be loyal and still make mistakes. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. But once you steal from someone, you decided to, you put thought into that. Like, I'm about to go into this person's bank account and empty it. And you're not caring, what goes on with them after that. That's, that's different. That's different. That's not being in Cancun, getting too drunk and getting some head in on the beach. That's different. you know, than coming home and
So
stealing
this
all the white
loyalty,
money out.
so this loyalty, that's anything that's premeditated.
Well, I won't say premeditated, but I'm saying once you start seeking revenge or looking to hurt a person. See, it's the difference between, like I just said, like you on the beach in Cancun, a thick chick walk by you down there on a guy's trip and she say, "What's good?" and you go. You didn't sit there and plan to do that. You know, you didn't fly your woman's homegirl out of town to sleep with her behind your woman's back. You know, you just bumped into a chick on the beach. You making a mistake. You know what I mean? But
Bad
now, like I
decision.
said, huh?
A bad decision.
A bad decision. But like I said, but once you start planning to hurt someone and putting thought into hurting someone, you're being disloyal. And that's why this whole era of exposing shows that these people were never loyal in the first place. Because guess what? Y'all both have seen people come for me via social media. Not about no, no rape or nothing, but just in general, like, people who I've interacted with and, just come try to throw a person's name under the bus for whatever reason. I've never said anything back about these people publicly. Not one time, no matter what these people have said about me. I've even had people in my own family, like my cousin, just try to run my name through the mud to people. You feel me? Some of them people she done talked about to me, but not once have I ever went to the public and said anything. You know what I'm saying? To somebody, because guess what? Once I become disloyal in that aspect, then that opens the door for people to do the same to me.
Okay,
so I just won't do that.
So saying that you're a loyal person, right? Is that something that doesn't have to be stated then? Like, so you're like, tell me something about you. They be like, well, I'm a good person. I'm loyal.
They full of shit. Like that person, like don't fuck with that person right there. That person right there, full of shit.
Cause certain stuff you don't have to state. If that's your starting point, them are the things that everybody should be.
And two, you have to learn a person, or like Rich said, like the spy is the best example. You go through all of the training, you got various chances to get out. You go through boot camp, then they put you over to another special division. From there, you graduate to another special division. At any given time, you get a chance to back out of that situation, right? So once you get to that point where they like, okay, you ready to give your oath to go to the next level, you choose to become level, but I mean, you choose to become loyal to that situation or a patriot or whatever it is. But it's based on all of the interactions that led up to that point. But if you ain't had no interactions with this person that led up to anything, how can they say they loyal? They don't know you enough to say that they loyal. They lying. They just think it's something cool to say. It sounds good, it sounds real good.
Okay, so let's say you got a hard time, and and the person stay with you.
A hard time, like in prison?
Okay, let's use that one. Let's say prison then. That's a good one. So you go to the joint, you got to do a year in the joint. Let's just use a year. And your lady, she rides with you that whole year time. And when you come home, you tell her, thank you for staying there. Thank you for accepting my phone calls, coming to visit me, sending me some money on the books. Thank you for, when I snuck that phone in there and you sending me them little pictures, thank you for all that. But come to find out she had a little thing on the side while you was gone. And before you found out she had a thing, you were saying, thank you for being loyal for me throughout that whole time. But did you find out she got a little tender that was, knocking her down? Does that change the fact that she did all that? Does that make her disloyal now?
No, because guess what? If your girl went to jail, you gonna smash something. but you're gonna still be, you're gonna be waiting on her with open arms when she come home. Now, like I said, in that situation, a year, a lot of times women smart. A woman gonna protect her investment. So if you was about something prior to going to jail for that year, and she know that you're gonna come home and still be about something, like she might know your financial situation, like where your money at and how much money you got and how much stuff you still being able to maintain while being in prison. She might not even risk, dealing with anybody. She might wait for you to come home. And that still don't necessarily mean she loyal. She could just be smart, protecting her investment. Now, going to do 5 years is maybe different, because 5 years is life changing. 10 years is life changing. Is she gonna be waiting on you 10 years from now with open arms? Is she gonna have a home or at least an apartment for you to come home to 10 years from now? Is she gonna, move through those 10 years with you on her mind, and still try to maintain so she can have something for you when you come home? That's loyalty in that sense.
Okay, so let's say she stayed there with you for that whole year term, right? And you come home. Don't you owe I'm not gonna say don't you. Do you owe her something for sticking through you with that?
Nah. Especially if she kind of reaped the rewards of whatever you went to prison for. Like, so let's say, for example, you were selling
exactly.
drugs. If you were selling drugs,
I hate to cut you off right there, but like the prison thing is the funniest example of the loyalty shit, because chances are, if a woman's fucking with a man and she's fucking around, just say a year or 2, 3 years, whatever, and he goes to jail for a year, chances are this ain't the first time he got in trouble. So she knew what she was fucking with when she got into it. Just like the spy situation. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it. So when this shit starts popping off, you know what the life is when you get into the shit. If a motherfucking spy gets caught and he gets tortured, you know that's part of the game. Woman's fucking with a man, you know what I'm saying? He's just out in the streets, in and out of jail. This ain't his first time. He gets locked up for a year this time. A couple years later, gets another year or 2. Down the line, if he just ain't on the shit, 5-year BA, whatever it is, in and out, in and out. You know what the job is before you took it. You know what the shit is. Then that's where you become not only loyal to the man, but loyal to the lifestyle you choose. So you don't get brownie points, for not leaving. You know what I'm saying? You got into the situation. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. You chose that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't gonna wait on your man, if you met a man in the streets, he gets locked up for how many ever years, and you ain't gonna stick to it, that's the exact definition of being disloyal, because you ain't even being loyal to the lifestyle you choosing to be around.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exact disloyalty. Now the whole thing about where, she's riding, she's, taking phone calls, making sure the bills is paid and shit. You're supposed to do that shit. You jumped into the shit. Now you get a little dick on the side. That's not disloyalty. You know what I'm saying? If you held shit down, that's just that's just infidelity. We gotta call it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's disloyalty and cheating ain't the same shit. And like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna be like, if you choose to get into the lifestyle and then you be like, you tapping out on the shit as soon as it happens, you're not loyal. That's not loyalty. You feel me? Like anybody can choose like some easy shit to be loyal to. You feel me? But it's easy to be like, you know what I'm saying, you sticking to some easy, easy shit, and you just gonna ride step A, step B, step C, step D, like on down the path until you make it into your goal. But when you start talking about loyalty is like, you choose a path to be on, you stay on that path.
Yeah, and that's like, like a woman attaching loyalty to their vagina. You could just simply be a woman who just don't desire to sleep around anyway.
Yeah.
So that's just your basic life principle. That doesn't make you loyal.
Exactly.
You scared, you don't want to catch a disease. You kind of want to make sure if you do come up pregnant, you know who is bad. So you're not going to sleep around with a whole bunch of people. But that don't make you loyal at all. And see, from my perspective, like this, like when you've dealt with a woman or you've dealt with women and you know a lot of personal stuff about them, Like, like whether it be mental issues, emotional issues, and family issues, and a whole lot of different things that people don't know about this person that they confided in you, right? And in turn, you confide in them. And like I said, you wake up one morning and that person that got mad at you about something or went through your phone, whatever it is, and all your business is across social media, right? And you don't say a word about them, you loyal. You feel me? They was loyal to the concept of cheating. So with them, that was just, it's just, that's the thing. Cheating or not cheating. I'm gonna behave if he not cheating. If he is, if I find out he cheating, I'm gonna raise complete hell and burn him all the way to the ground. That's fidelity and infidelity. That's what you attach to. Ain't got nothing to do with loyalty. Nothing at all to do with loyalty.
Okay, so she there with you where what you ain't messing around, but when you mess around, she goes to social media and say, yeah, y'all think he this and he that. That nigga, he been sleeping with such and such, and they got a baby and this, whatever the case may be. So since she airing it out, she's disloyal.
Yeah, she disloyal because you let her
Okay,
get close
what
enough
if
for you
what
to
if
know your
she's not
business.
doing it on social media? What if she's just doing it to the family and friends?
Still the same. It's still the same. Anytime somebody tells something that you haven't given them the go ahead to say, that's being disloyal. Because guess what? I'm not gonna do that to them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, me like with
Okay.
me and you.
Hold on. Here we go. I got something for you. So only time it's not. Let's say they air you out and they saying something about you, whatever the case. I can't think of something that they could say, but you have to come to the defense of it and say, I didn't do that. But what you're talking about was the situation that happened between me and you, and that happened because you did this, and you have to reveal something about them. But just because you had to set the record straight and reveal something about them, does that make you disloyal because you're defending yourself?
If it gets to a certain point where uh you have to shed light on something, no, because they open the door for it. You know what I mean? If they open that door, I mean, that's just like, like somebody, like we said, like we started with sexual assault. So that's just like if someone accusing you of sexual assault and y'all was actually in a relationship, but the public didn't know y'all were in a relationship. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, you might have to, like if you got something invested like a business or some type of political status or whatever, you might have to show the pictures like, look, this was us in Cancun, this was us in New York, this was us doing this was us doing this was us in Vegas on our birthday. We've been together, we a couple. This isn't someone that I just met and got her drunk and took advantage of like she trying to claim. Yeah, so in that situation, you might do have to speak up for yourself. But what I'm saying is, um, you know, you wake up and she on social media talking about how your underwear be dirty. And but when you met her, she had an issue to where she kind of had to get some things situated because her vagina was stinking or had a smell. But you don't go to social media and be like, well, tell social media about when you had to take them pills to get your pH right because your vagina had a smell. You know what I mean?
If you do that, you're not loyal, right?
Right. Because guess what? Because you could have just left it alone. She said that about your underwear, blow it off, keep it pushing.
You you could just went ahead and just been known as dirty draws.
Yeah.
Okay, so loyalty then is not just a phase, it's a lifetime then.
Yeah, because guess what? We all friends, right? If we fell out about something today, y'all haven't done anything to me up until this point to where I might not ever speak to you again, but I'm not going to be looking for you to do nothing to you. I'm not gonna be looking to take nothing from you. I'm not gonna be looking to go find inboxing a woman that you used to date and tell her all your business. I'm gonna just go my separate ways. And see that kind of transitions over into the other thing. So it's like if you're in a relationship with someone and then it goes bad, why can't you just walk away? Why do you have to burn that person down? Especially if you claim to be loyal, right? If it's over, move on. But no, you start putting time, effort, and energy into attacking this person and burning that person down. That's the ultimate act of disloyalty. Because you actually putting time, effort, and energy into trying to hurt this person simply because the relationship failed. You're not loyal. Never was.
But ain't that what typically happened though?
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. People don't be loyal. That's the whole point. People don't be loyal. And it's crazy because we could even take that over into how Rich brought up the whole concept of narcissism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as men, like when we see women making all of these posts about a man being a narcissist and a man feeling the need to control the situation and control the woman and make everyone live by his rules, et cetera, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same women that's calling the man a narcissist, right, is mad that he won't live by their rules. So who's the narcissist? You feel me? Your whole argument is he wants to control you and he won't let you control him, basically. He won't do or live a way that makes you happy, that makes you feel secure. He needs to move so you feel comfortable. You're a narcissist. You feel me? But the thing is, if we gonna throw the term narcissism around, that applies to everyone, right? It applies to everyone. Like I had to tell this woman the other day, like, you make all these, well, not the other day because it's been a while, but you make all these posts about being a narcissist, yet you get on social media every day, post a picture, post a video, and tell us how good you look. You're a narcissist.
But I'm looking up the definition of a narcissist, right? And it says it's a personality disorder that is more commonly found in men.
I was gonna tell you before you even started reading this shit off. There's a lot of shit in it. You know what I'm saying?
A
woman wrote that dictionary.
Daddy had to say it, Ski.
Listen to this, though, y'all. It say the cause is unknown, but likely involves a combination of genetics and environmental factors. This is the definition of a narcissist. And it says, okay, it's a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need or excessive attention and admiration. Say troubled relationships and a lack of empathy for others. That's what they saying a narcissist is.
Okay. So if you're in a relationship with a woman and she's willing to burn you down because it is not working, don't that mean she lack empathy?
She doesn't understand your point of view? Does that mean she lack empathy?
No, it's not that she don't understand. She don't give a fuck about your point of view.
Oh, she don't. Yeah, valid point. She don't feel give a fuck.
Yeah. Completely lacks empathy. She'll go to social media.
Let's go back in here though, y'all. Let's go back. A deep need for excessive attention.
Hey,
a deep need for excessive attention or admiration.
And you post at least 5 videos a day, go live twice, and post 7 pictures and change your profile picture 4 times and keep saying thanks y'all when people comment on you. You need admiration.
It's a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance.
I'm all the woman you need. Bow. There you have it right there. There you have it right there.
I don't know about y'all, but I know a whole bunch of people that got
narcissistic motherfuckers.
Man, listen.
I know a whole bunch of people that got these traits, and they ain't no men.
Man,
They went as far as to say that a man is a narcissist because he want to sleep with a bunch of women. Like, what part of that definition applies to a man that wants to sleep with a bunch of women? Like, what? Man, listen. Man, some of this stuff is laughable when you break it down. You ain't posted and guess what? And I asked this question a couple weeks ago on social media. I said, ladies, if your man had a really nice body, handsome, nice beard, and had a little something nice in his when he throwing his gray sweatpants, and he posted a picture every day or 3-4 times a day, how would you feel about that? They went as far as to say he was homosexual, he lame, he weak, he's seeking attention, he must not be getting enough attention at home. And I'm like, but damn, you post your ass all day, every day for the world to look at, and you claim to have a boyfriend or a husband or whatever, right? So again, who's the narcissist?
I know a whole bunch of these people. A whole bunch of people got these traits. I'm finding more traits. I'm like, I can check. I'm like, yep.
Listen, when we talking about control just in general, it's never been asked of men what type of relationship works best for you. You've always been expected to pretty much live by a woman's relationship rules.
It's a
you wasn't even
it's conversation. Hold on, y'all. It's a sense of self-importance, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. And believe they are special and unique and only can be understood by or should be it cut off. Let me see if I get that last part.
Understood by people, like basically gonna say understood by people who are geniuses or people of higher levels. I already know what it's gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they'll even see that kind of goes back to the thing with because we starting to use this word coercion a lot now, right? Where you was so manipulative that the woman couldn't keep her vagina in her panties. Like you coerced her into doing this, or she didn't do it by her own will. You just had so much game, and you were such of a narcissist that you just, you wooed her to the point that she couldn't keep you from doing whatever you did. I mean, it's so much stuff that gets tied up into these words that we throw around, man, and it's really like no way around it, because at some point everyone falls, and again, that's male or female, everyone falls into these categories, but we just get so used to pointing the finger at one group of people, them. We say them so much that we forget about what we doing. And like I told those women, y'all will completely flip out on y'all man if he posts a picture. He attention seeking if he posts a picture, but you could come up with a million reasons as to why you post one.
One thing I will say, man.
They said T.I. narcissists.
They need to. So women can be narcissists. A narcissist.
Women can be a lot of things.
Sensitive to criticism, that's a sign.
See?
Mm-hmm.
What happened when you try to criticize a woman? But she expect you to accept all of her criticism.
Is it envy? I don't know. They got shyness in here. I don't understand that one though. Fantasy. I don't understand that one. And long held grudges.
Man, what it boiled down to is someone who posts 50 pictures a day cannot call another person a narcissist. Point blank, period. If your ass is on the internet, you can't call another person a narcissist. Period. I mean, just say what it is. You upset that you can't make this person do what you want them to do. So they're too full of themselves to allow you to rule them.
You can't control that person.
Yeah, exactly.
But control, wasn't that one of the narcissist characteristics?
Yeah, I mean, say the shit. Women are narcissists. Just put it on out there. Women are narcissists. Controlling and seek admiration. We ain't even got to read the rest of the definition. Controlling, seek a whole bunch of admiration.
Yeah. Like it
was one last thing that I wanted to mention. Just the idea of attacking someone when a relationship goes sour, yet you refer to yourself as loyal in the beginning. And another thing, based on some feedback I got from the last pod about why do men cheat, because a few women said to me that we make it sound like it's okay for men to cheat, which that's not what we were saying at all. What we were basically saying was that men go into situations with a different mindset sometimes than women do. You know, and the way that a man views a relationship is it's sometimes the polar opposite of how a woman does. And that's where the clash comes in at. And our reason for doing this podcast is to try to at least allow women to see the other side. So if we do sometimes sound, you know, all the way to the far left on the male side of it, it's because we trying to, this stuff exists. Like, you know, we could wish it away. Like, you know, every woman wants to believe that they deal with a man that just has no desire to cheat and he don't look at other women. Yeah, every woman wants to believe that. But, you know, when we talk about men, we talk about what we've seen from men, you know, just as men, the part that women don't see. And, you know, I think at some point when it comes to these allegations and all of those things, we're going to have to go back to the table. When I say we, I mean men and women, because it's going to come to a point where you're not going to be able to interact. And you may not see it now, but like 7 years down the line, once men see enough of what's going on now, a man's not going to buy a woman a drink in a bar. He can't. You know what I mean? That's almost criminal. Buying a woman a drink in the car. Smoking a joint with a woman is going to be criminal. You know? And I mean, you know, as silly as we starting to act, sometimes sex. You know, how people are starting to, I mean, just like, you know, a lot of times you see perfect example with the T.I. thing. You seen where I think one of the strippers said he smacked the dollars on her ass. You know, we've been in a strip club where the stripper put her ass, once she see you throwing money, she makes sure she put her ass right there for you to, you know, that's always been part of the strip club atmosphere. But now we making that rapey, right? So it's gonna come to a point where if we gonna make the strip club rapey,
well, I thought that was in the strippers. I thought that was in the stripper's job description to get money smacked on her ass. that ain't in the job description.
I mean, if they don't turn it to assault, then it's best that you don't, like, for me being your friend, don't do that no more. You see what I'm saying? But you see, like, once men start to, that ripple effect where all men start to think that way, like, bro, don't slap money on women's ass. So then a lot of men gonna say, well, if I can't slap the money on a woman's ass, I'm not gonna throw no money, period. And since I'm not gonna throw no money, period, I'm not gonna go to the strip club, period. You see what I'm saying? So this stuff it's gonna have an effect years down the line, and it's gonna start affecting women. It's gonna start affecting their livelihood. So I think it's just one of those things that, I mean, I get it. Yes, you know, there are some sick men out here. I mean, I found out things about, you know, guys I know personally, you know, that blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. Like, bruh was doing that? Or, you know, something hit the news and you know the person, and you like, I wouldn't have never thought bro was doing some stuff like that. So it happens for sure. You know, we not sitting here saying it don't. But I just think, you know, if we going as far as to say you assaulted a stripper by smacking dollars on her ass, I think that, you know, we gonna have, as men, we gonna have to really rethink how we do things. And I think once we do rethink those things, I think it's gonna hurt women a lot more than it's gonna hurt men.
Well, I think it's gonna hurt everybody.
Because drinking on dates is gonna be obsolete. Drinking on first dates anyway. We're not gonna be able to have a drink on a first date. We're not gonna be able to have a drink together until we're in a committed relationship.
Damn.
What the hell you been over there drinking today, man?
I'm just saying.
They gonna, from now to the end of time, people gonna have sex, even if it's on the 100th date or the first date. I don't think this right here is gonna change any of that. I mean, that's something
point is gonna have to.
Now, you may be a little bit more selective and that probably really is gonna go about what you got to lose. I think people that got more to lose gonna be more selective. People that got less to lose, theoretically, I'm not saying everybody, but theoretically, the less you got to lose, the less precautious you are.
I listen to Joe Buttons. He said he'd rather go home nowadays and jack off than to just deal with a woman. A lot of the women nowadays, because he just got too much to lose.
So it goes back to what I just said. It's about what you got to lose.
For sure.
But if you working at, I ain't gonna put nobody out like that. But if you ain't doing,
you're gonna lose your freedom though.
Valid point.
So I mean, you can't even say like if what you got to lose financially or whatever. I mean, you lose your freedom. I mean, shoot.
I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You know, just going off with Joe Buttons and, you know, being on the subject of people getting, you know, ran down on the internet and going back to T.I. The real secret is successful men have more to lose by fucking with a lot of these types of women, because you don't see the, you know, the guy at the back of the line or the everyday Joe who's getting ran down on, you know, social media, or the guy who's, you know, your regular, you know, janitor type or whatever it is, getting these accusations thrown at him a whole lot of times. It's really the motherfuckers. And a lot of it is a lot of dirty underhanded stuff where they're trying to blackmail them and shit. But like certain celeb and certain people who have a certain claim to them are the ones who are getting drugged through the mud on social media. You get these accusations ways to get some. That's why when you see in the NBA and the NFL and even in celebrity life, you see a lot of these same celebrities with a lot of the same women, like Kim K, the Lori Harvey. It's because those women know what it is, and it's not anything special to be with a celebrity because they've already been with a lot of them. Where you see like a lot of the players fuck with the same women, they know what it is. So a lot of the time, don't get me wrong, with some bullshit involved as far as like you said, like a motherfucking trying to do something criminal and try to, you know, say that we had sex and they trying to get some money out of them or whatever it is. But, you know, a lot of the time people just want to take down somebody who's in a high place in society. So like, it's like Joe Buttons, I can understand him on that. Like, you know, my thing is like, you can't compare it to a regular guy. Like I would, you know, if regular guy saying like, if I had his money and his fame, I'd be fucking all these women. But Joe Budden, being in that situation, knows he can't hardly fuck any of them.
Right. Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely a separation coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people with more shit got more shit to lose.
Yeah.
And then like and going back to what you were saying, like there's definitely becoming a breakdown between the black man and the black woman. And you know, that is scary. And, you know, I was saying it years ago. I was saying, you know, 10 years ago that, you know, going down the line 10 plus years ago, I was saying in 40 years, you know, half the male population is gonna be gay or, you know, flat out a woman or a tranny or some shit.
Yeah, because it's actually gonna make more financial sense, and it's gonna make just really like to save your life. You're not gonna be able to interact with people because the most dangerous thing that we brought into existence now is giving victims attention instead of help. I keep saying that. We're not giving victims help, we're giving victims attention in an era where people are dying to get attention, where they making studies about attention being a drug. So somebody will burn you down for an attention high. You understand how dangerous that is? Someone waking up like, ooh, I can't think of nothing to get some attention for today. Fuck it. I'm gonna say this happened. You know what I mean? And a person's whole life crumbled to the ground based on somebody needing attention. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just all about forward thinking. And for men, you know, being that this is a men's podcast, you know, I would definitely say to the young men who are like in college, the whole girls coming to your dorm room, stop it. You know, the whole, you know, letting women get on the tour bus. If you an entertainer, stop it. You know, having women in your booth at the club and you go staggering out the club with a woman that you don't know like that, stop it. It's just not worth it anymore. We just not in that era. And you know, people will say like, well, how was people doing all of these things maybe just 10, 15 years ago, but we can't do them now? Because we weren't giving victims attention.
I'm curious though, what all the stuff that you're saying, but the camera systems, would that help? I mean, everybody got cameras and stuff like that. Does that help? Or does that hurt the situation?
I'm gonna tell you how it don't help, right? Because let's just say, for instance, like if a woman hits you with some accusations, right? I think T.I. just said it best. He said, it's not about them proving what I done to them. I gotta prove what I didn't do. All they gotta do is say I did it. Then I gotta in turn prove I didn't do it. They don't have to have any proof to say I did it. So in that scenario, right, once you get hit with the allegation, all of you got them on camera and you got these text messages and all that stuff don't come out until way down the line in the motion of discovery. But that's when you in a full-fledged having to defend yourself. But that's still gonna be after you had to post bond, you know, or sit in jail, have people back up away from you, business-wise or whatever, socially. You're gonna still have to go through the motions. And like I said, Joe Budden's like he said it best. Nobody's at court when you get acquitted. Everybody only on board when you get charged. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
I think that's a good ending point for the day. I think we touched on a lot of really, really good things. I'm glad we let women know that they are narcissists. Matter of fact, we need to start the hashtag every time a woman posts a picture with her butt out or just a beauty pic, narcissist. Just hashtag narcissist. You need to start, you know, just start the men's movement. You feel me? Black male power. You feel me? But no, I don't have anything else. Do either you have anything else?
Nah, I'm good over here. Richie Rich?
Nah, I'm just happy we had some brought some clarity to the situation about what loyalty is and what it isn't. So I'm cool with that. Like everything else, it is what it is. We can talk about something as long as we know what we're talking about, but you can't keep throwing these labels around like we said. Just you learn a new word. Just because you learn a new word, you can't just throw it out in every situation.
Yeah. And two, sometimes you just got to self-reflect first before you start trying to push it on other people. See if it apply to you. You know, because a narcissist calling another person a narcissist is kind of sick. You know what I mean? It got to be another. What's the word for that? A narcissist calling a person a narcissist. Find that definition.
Double narcissist. It's a double narcissist.
But
double.
So we gonna close it up right there. For the listeners, you can hit us up at Can We Talk for a Minute? Using the number 4. Can we talk? I said, can we talk for a minute? Yeah. Can we talk for number 4 men, MENUTE @gmail.com. You know, send us, comments, whatever you got to say. Hit us at that email. And thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Peace out.